Owning or renting? What is better? Welcome to Money Anna channel. My name is Anna and now I'll tell you about 10 reasons why I decided to buy a house of my own instead of renting one. If it comes to things, I'm a huge fan of the renting and sharing economy. I'd better rent a tent on Rockify to go camping once a year than spending my money on buying one. Same for tools, some equipment for sports, parties or outdoor activities. But when it comes to real estate, I have no doubt that owning is better than renting. And here are 10 reasons why. These reasons are backed by proven facts. I'll make a reservation right away that most of these reasons only make sense if you're planning to buy a house in an economically stable country like the United States, Canada, Australia, most of the European countries, etc. Of course, buying a house is a big expense. But for many people, it's worth it to have the emotional connection to the home you own, to your community, and the sense of stability that renting won't ever bring you. But there is also a financial benefit that those who are renting won't see. And although renting a place where you live has its own proven benefits like flexibility, predictable monthly expenses, and someone to handle repairs, I still think that buying a house of your own is a big step towards your financial independence, bringing a potential of huge benefits. First, invest. Buying a house is a good long-term investment. The Federal Reserve Bank reports that the average price of homes sold in the United States rose 28% in 10 years starting in 2009 and 10% from 2014 to 2020. Even if the value of the structure itself depreciates, the land on which it sits can become more valuable. You're investing in an asset for yourself rather than a property management company. 2. Equity. One of the most significant benefits of home ownership is building equity, which is your share of the value of your home. Your equity is a difference between what you can sell it for and what you owe. If you pay 20% down payment on a home that costs $500,000, you would owe $400,000 and your equity would total $100,000. The interest you'll pay doesn't factor into this equation. Pretty straightforward, right? However, if your home appreciates in value, your equity increases, even though the amount that you owe doesn't. Let's say that in a few years, the market value of your home increases to $600,000 and you have paid off a total of $150,000. You still only owe $350,000. But the equity will be $250,000. If you buy a home now, imagine how much equity you could have by retirement. Instead of your money disappearing into your landlord's pocket each month, you'll be paying into something that can become more valuable over time. Depending on your lender and your credit score, you can borrow with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 80%. Which means you can borrow up to 80% loan of your house value when you have minimum 20% equity in your house mortgage. If you like this video, please let me know about it, pushing the like button below it. And if you aren't subscribed to Money Anna yet, do it right now and keep watching. 3. Net worth. Owning a home helps you build a valuable asset that is worth more than a place to live. Home ownership is more than just the American dream. It's also been an effective way to build one's net worth. Sure, business acumen and investing know-how are other ways to build wealth. But for an average person, home ownership has been the most tried and true method of building net worth. You can calculate your net worth by subtracting your financial liability from your financial assets. which includes investments, savings, retirement funds, home equity, and other valuables. Unless you're consistently saving and investing your money through other means, which is always a good idea, of course, a house can serve as a way to store your wealth and build your net worth. 4. Owning can be cheaper than renting. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Although buying a house is more expensive at the outset, it can actually be cheaper than renting in the long term, if you play your cards right. If you have, for example, a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage with 20% down payment, the total cost of home ownership, even including maintenance, insurance, taxes, are lower than the total costs of renting for the same period of time. That's not to say that buying a home isn't expensive. You'd still have to come up with this 20% down payment or pay mortgage insurance that could eat into your overall savings. The fact is, by paying more upfront on your own home, you can actually save money in the long run. If you have some extra cash on hand and a bit of patience, it's possible to get a great deal and make a new home worth more than you paid. Buy a fixer-upper and make it a dream home and enjoy your super low monthly mortgage payment. 5. Appreciation. Let's be frank, property doesn't always appreciate in value over time. But if you do your research and purchase a home with both eyes wide open, your house value may increase each year that you own it. The average house in the United States appreciates in value around 3.5% each year, but some areas experience steeper increases. When deciding on your future home, it would be best to avoid areas with high traffic volume, foreclosures, and crime, because your home could lose value. However, qualities like good schools, up-and-coming neighborhoods, local employment, and even its proximity to a Starbucks are signs that your new house could end up being worth more than its buying price. And it's probably worth noting that owning a home allows you to build wealth to purchase your future homes. 6. No one will sell it out from under you or raise the rent. Ever renewed your lease just to find out that your landlord is raising your rent again? That won't be the case with the mortgage. A fixed rate for mortgage means you'll pay the same monthly amount for principal and interest until the mortgage is paid off. Rent can increase at every annual lease renewal. Fluctuating property taxes or homeowners insurance can change monthly payments, but that typically doesn't happen as often as rent increases. If you're a homeowner in an up-and-coming neighborhood, then congratulations! Your home will probably appreciate in value in the coming years. If you're a renter in an up-and-coming neighborhood, then you'd better brace yourself for the rent hikes that come with increased demand for housing. And don't forget that your landlord can decide to sell the apartment or house you're renting entirely. 7. Federal tax benefits. In the United States, for example, mortgage interest is deductible, as is interest on home equity loans, property taxes, and some closing costs when buying a home. 8. You can rent your own home. Buying your first home isn't the end of the road. Although home ownership is a long-term commitment, many house owners go on to rent their homes when they purchase a second one, or even rent out extra space to other tenants. Acting wisely and with a bit of luck, at some point you'll have an opportunity for passive income. 9. You'll have something to pass on to your children. For me and my family, the prospect of living rent or mortgage-free someday was a very strong reason to consider buying a house. That's not something we could ever be able to do as long as we were renting. But as a parent of 2 kids, I see one more strong benefit in owning a house, as this is something that can be passed on to my children. A parent's financial success can determine what school their children will attend, the peers their children grow up with, their educational opportunities, their college prospects, their future career prospects, and their ability to grow wealth as adults. In a study published in the Journal of Housing Economics, researchers found that the children of homeowners earned more as adults and are more likely to own their own home in the future. If parents invest in their homes and build their net worth, it can greatly affect the outcome of their children's lives. 10. It forces you to save. Speaking of the 20% down payment, have you considered how you're going to pay it? Anyone who has had to save money for a large purchase knows that it takes discipline to budget properly so that you can reach your goals faster. Many experts argue that homeowners are more financially responsible because they have made the effort to save money for the down payment of their home. A survey conducted by Canadian mortgage insurer Genworth shows that homeowners are in better financial shape because they exhibit better money habits. For example, 65% pay their credit card balances each month. 25% try to pay more than they are required to on their mortgage, and 44% pay all their bills and are able to save money too. If you ever need an excuse to save, saving for your dream home should be enough motivation to get your act together. And there are quite a lot of things not relating to money at all, but affecting the quality of your life. For example, when you own a house, you can customize it as much as you want, like it's your home, and you can decide what you will do with it. You can paint the house the color you like and choose the front or entry doors you prefer. You can design closets, shelves. You can update your bathroom and upgrade your appliances, whatever you can think of. Purchasing a house, you also gain the advantage of privacy from landlords, interruptions and inspections. You can set your own rules about the number of guests and length of stay you prefer. You can decide on parking arrangements, and you can enjoy your pets without additional fees or restrictions. Buying versus renting a home is a very individual decision. If you aren't ready to settle down and don't know what your long-term plans are, if you can't afford the monthly costs of home ownership, it probably makes more sense for you to rent a place to live. But if you feel like you're ready to put down roots and you're committed to staying in the same place for 5 years or longer, if you're ready for the responsibilities of being a homeowner and ready for some financial sacrifices now for the sake of your future and for better quality of life, you should seriously consider buying your own house or condo. Please let me know in comments which of these reasons make most sense for your current situation. Don't forget to subscribe to Maniana channel to stay in touch and get regular updates from me. Enjoy your day and your life. Bye.